So a few months ago I reviewed these bone conduction headphones, which play audio without even having to sit in your ear, because they vibrate your skull basically. You can watch the review for all the details, but the end goal is to be comfortable and open to your surroundings. Basically the opposite of noise cancelling. These take that same concept and apply it to a different form: comfort and openness. The most obvious difference is of course the form factor. The band form factor versus the typical earbuds in a case. With the band, I was more easily able to go from wearing them to not. I could easily just rest them on my neck when I'm not wearing them. With the earbuds, it's a little bit more work because you have to unhook and then put them in the case. That being said, I can share my earbuds with someone, unlike with the band. Another key difference that comes with the different form factors is the battery life experience. Now with the earbuds, it's expected that you'd have some battery to last the majority of the day, but then you would have to put them back in the case to charge where most of that battery actually is. And then of course when the case also dies, you just charge the whole thing. But you can't do that with the band. They just have to make it last as long as possible and then you charge it when it dies. So overall, although I found that I could wear the band for slightly longer in one go, the earbuds overall had a much longer battery life because of that added battery from the case. And I also found that Shokz's claimed battery life is pretty accurate, with 7 hours in the earbuds and 21 more from the case, meaning a total of 28 hours. I still haven't mentioned the biggest difference, however, and that's the fact that these don't use bone conduction like the Shokz OpenFit. These are actually normal earbuds that basically have the speaker pointed towards your ear. They're basically trying to get as close to your ear as possible without actually going in. And as a result, they sound much better than the Shokz OpenFit. It's honestly a night and day difference. If I had to compare the sound quality of these to the Shokz OpenFit or the Pixel Buds, which are just normal earbuds that I've been using previously, they're much closer to the Pixel Buds than the OpenFit. And that's a big deal, because before, you were basically sacrificing sound quality to get something that was more comfortable. They didn't sound that great, and also there was no bass pretty much. Now they sound pretty good, and there is a considerable amount of bass, and you also have an EQ on the app to adjust it however you want. Since we're talking about the app now, this is where I discovered the biggest flaw of these earbuds: the controls. I don't know why they would design the controls like this, but you're very limited in what you can do. For one, there isn't a single tap function, which sucks because I'm used to single tap for play and pause, which I think most people are also used to. But fine, I'll just make double tap skip track and triple tap as previous track. But nope, you can only make one earbud skip and the other play pause, or one earbud previous and the other play pause on double press, and there is no triple tap function. That's just not intuitive. You can make previous and skip track hold for your left or right earbud, but that also doesn't make sense to me. I want both earbuds to have the same function. So I just gave up and made it voice assistant instead. I'm so used to single tap, play pause, double tap next, triple tap back that I couldn't get used to the controls on these, and I just resorted to taking out my phone most of the time. I also mentioned in my previous review that the OpenMoves leak a lot of noise. Well, the OpenFits are literally speakers just out and about, pointed towards your ear. So how much sound do they leak? Well, actually somehow much better. Now they still leak sound, but they leak much less sound, or at higher volumes compared to the OpenMoves. And remember that the point of these is to actually be more aware of your surroundings, so I don't actually want to put these at max volume anyway, when I'm taking the subway for example. I want them to be background noise without others hearing my music, and they achieve this a lot better than the OpenMoves did. And of course when you're just at home using them, maybe on your PC, which I do often because they're so comfortable to use, you can crank them up and they'll sound good. Sure, they'll leak noise then, but you're at home, so who cares? I talked about comfort a lot in my previous review. These are by far the most comfortable headphones or earbuds that I've ever used. Obviously because they don't go in your ear, or put pressure on it like headphones would. But I think they're also better than the band version because remember, you can just wear one if you're like sleeping on one side, for example. The last couple things I want to get to before the conclusion. This has Bluetooth multipoint as well, just like the OpenMoves, meaning you can connect two devices at once and it'll play whichever one has audio coming from it. And lastly, a quick mic test. Okay, here I'm testing the mic of the OpenFit. I'm going to aggressively close and open settings. This is pretty much best case, no background noise. I have now turned on the fan and I'm in front of it like 3 feet away. I'll see how it sounds. Overall, my conclusion is actually pretty straightforward. I think these are a considerable improvement in the goal that Shokz set out to achieve, which is to make earbuds or headphones that help you be more aware of your surroundings. They're also very comfortable to use outdoors or indoors. And I would definitely recommend these at the price point that I bought them at, which is 135 Canadian dollars or 95 USD. I would not pay much more than that, maybe 150 Canadian dollars, because beyond that you start to compete with very nice earbuds that have noise cancelling and transparency features, such as the Beats Studio Buds Plus, which were recently on sale for 180 Canadian dollars. And at that point, those earbuds also have the benefit of being sort of open due to their transparency features. So then it's just basically about comfort and how much you value that. So yeah, I strongly recommend these, as long as, like I said, they're on sale for the right price.